Hello everyone, this is Wagner from New Angle. The reason I'm recording this video for you guys here, actually I have recorded this a couple of weeks ago, but I wanted to record it again because it was too big. The purpose behind this is to present you some basic but extremely necessary knowledge that everyone should have. And the purpose behind that is that we need to raise the bar of the community if we want to start discussing more complex measurements. But we need to start with the basics. And I know that people have been talking about metrics for several years, but I still see a lot of them still struggling with the basics. So the purpose here is to provide you with this free tool. It's a free tool. I'm going to be providing the link for this tool for you to use, and I extremely recommend that you use it. It's simply a task management tool, let's say. It's not a flow tool per se, because it's not a Kanban here. We are just adding a list of tasks that we need to accomplish. And of course, you can use this in a professional sense so that you can understand better your team's performance, and if you have several teams working on different stuff, and if you want to understand how you could measure performance and efficiency without talking exactly about flow, about steps of a workflow, etc. You can definitely use this for that as well in a later stage. But I just wanted really to start with the basics, because the purpose of this video is to equalize knowledge, right? As I said, we want to start discussing more complex stuff, but we won't be able to get there if people are still struggling with the most essential ones or the fundamental ones. And we need to talk the same language, and we need to make sure that higher management understands, as well as developers and QAs. We all need to be on the same page. So equalizing knowledge is the main purpose of this video and this tool that we are offering totally for free. And as you can see, it's a simple one. You can keep adding tasks here. What I recommend you, so scenario one, where you can use this to understand. So let's say you are struggling with your self-organization, right? I've used that a lot myself. So I've actually used this tool to make sure that it might be glitchy a little bit yet, because it's still a beta version. So don't judge. And if you find any bugs, please let me know. So you can just include tasks here and get a little bit of summary. This won't be stored anywhere, so this is definitely not a tool for you to use as an official tool for your day-to-day work, because it's not robust enough, not even close to solutions that we have in the market. But I know that we need to equalize this knowledge. So basically what it does here, it is a list of tasks that you can add. So what I recommend you guys to do is start adding tasks that you have to do today, right? So get your to-do list for the day and get all of those tasks from your to-do list in here and start measuring it. Let the time run. And of course, you won't be able to do that what I just did here, work on several stuff at the same time. So you can pause whatever needs to be paused. When you've done it, you can finish the tasks, etc. So it's a simple tool, really simple one. So if you need to start a new one, you just add it and you start working on it, and you can pause the first one, etc., etc. You can resume the ones you have paused, etc. So the idea here is basically to introduce the concepts of cycle time, lead time, and throughput. These are the three fundamental metrics that everyone should know by heart, right? At least those ones. There are several other cooler stuff that we can do with several other different measurements, but everyone needs to be at the same page, at least with the basics. So let's say that I've got my to-do list and I start working on them. And of course, again, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be working only at one thing at a time. But let's say that I have finished everything, right? So finished everything and haven't started anything else from my backlog here. So once I finish everything that I have started, I can generate a report. And this is where things start to get cool and nice. So once I click that button, what I'm doing here, I'm gathering all the data from the tasks that I have finished. So I do have an idea from task to task how long I'm taking, what is the duration of each task, each separate task. And those times here, they represent the actual time I took to complete task number one. And once I have all these numbers from all the tasks that I have worked on, I can get these kinds of metrics, and these are the most essential ones. So everyone needs to understand those. So throughput is basically the total amount of tasks that I have completed. So from my list of 7 tasks here, I have actually completed 4 of them. And of course I can resume doing other stuff. So let's say that I wanted to start working on another one here, task number 5. Once I do that, I'm also gonna have a timer, and you can see that once I restarted, the overall time and the overall timer keeps running. And this is an important concept, because even if I pause the one that I have just started, the time that I'm taking to complete this task is actually paused, but the overall time is still running. And that is on purpose, of course, for people that already understand. This is not for the expert ones, okay? This is for you guys to use if you want to explain this to your leadership that still don't understand exactly what those metrics are, or if you need to explain to some colleagues or friends, etc. Okay? This is a very basic learning tool. It's a learning tool, okay? It's not a tool that you will want to have for your day-to-day work. But it will help mainly for your self-organization. It has helped me to understand how long I was taking to complete some routine and recurring tasks that I had to do, and gave me a sense of, okay, so I'm taking too long to complete task number X or whatever. So it's a nice tool for you to experiment with, okay? I extremely and strongly recommend you guys to use this. Okay, so what I did here, I paused at 22 seconds, and the time just keeps running. This is because when you are in a professional scenario, not a personal scenario, someone is waiting for you to deliver something, right? And this is an important concept that I wanted to explain to you guys. This is the actual lead time. So it's the total time spent to complete all tasks, yes, but more important than that is actually the amount of time that your client is actually waiting for you to deliver a complete product or part of the service, okay? And what I mean by that is, even if you are not working on it, someone is waiting on it, okay? It's like ordering a pizza, right? The pizza guy might have, the cook might have already completed his work, but the client hasn't received the actual product, the pizza, in his or her house, right? So the time for the client, for the customer, is actually still running, even if your team has finished everything that it needs to finish. So let's say that I really finished and now the clock stops, and I can regenerate the report. And as you can see, all the data is automatically calculated for you guys. And this is just to give you a sense of what you should be looking for when you're talking about efficiency. And again, try that yourselves. Let me know if you think this is useful, because we want to keep providing more free stuff so that we can elevate and raise the bar of the community, so that we can start talking about more complex and cooler stuff. We won't be able to make more complex analysis of data and understand different stuff if we are not on the same page about the basics one, the most basic metrics. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it. use it. Again, just start with yourself. So do your chores, make your to-do list, sorry, become this list here, start working on stuff. And once you get the hang of it and you understand that basically everything that we do is involving time, and each time we finish something, we should be calculating those, and there's gonna be performance involved in anything that we are doing, right? So it's not flow metrics. We are not working in a step-by-step workflow here, but it gives you a basic sense for you to be able to explain finally to anyone that you want what exactly are, throughput, what is lead time, and the importance of these guys, right? So why is it important for me to understand throughput? Using these numbers, you are able to actually calculate what everyone asks. So how long will I take to complete or to deliver my project? If you know how many things you're delivering during a specific period of time, let's say a weekly basis, right? So if you know that you are delivering 7 things per week, you can use all different kinds of calculations, from Monte Carlo simulations to simple, more deterministic mathematical methods, to try to determine the most accurate delivery dates that you can. So you need to understand how many things you are delivering, and how long you're taking to deliver something to your client. Let's put it this way, like in the context of a customer who is waiting for something. The lead time is the actual time the customer is waiting for something. Even if your team has completed that in like one fifth of the time, right? So I finished my stuff in 1 minute, but the client actually waited for 5 minutes. So let's say that you were working for Burger King or McDonald's, I don't know, and you need to deliver hamburgers faster, right? So this is what you should be looking for. If your client is totally okay about waiting 5 minutes for a hamburger to be ready, but would he be okay to wait for 30 minutes for getting his hamburger and fries? I don't think so, right? So this helps you understand the actual time that something is taking for each person of your team. Let's say that each task here is someone preparing something. So this is the fries, this is the hamburger, this is the actual everything, getting everything together. And you can see that you will find bottlenecks if you start to measure stuff, right? And these are the most basic ones. So in average, each task is taking, in average, this is one, sorry. This is taking less than a minute to complete by this example, of course. This might change. And if you want to be more accurate, you can use instead of average, because average alone is not a very trustworthy, not by itself, okay, don't get me wrong. But you should be looking at cycle time from 2 different angles. So the average gives you an average view of the amount of time you're taking to deliver each specific task. But if you want to be more accurate, and you can manage risk better if you're using percentile instead of average. All I'm saying here is that we are using the 85th percentile here. So 85% of the time we are able to deliver a task in 1 minute and not in half a minute. So these are 2 metrics that you should be looking for cycle time. Not only take a look at average, but use percentile as well if you want to be more accurate. I know it's a lot of information, but it's basic ones, and you will understand once you start to practice it. And that is why we developed this tool. It's a learning tool. Remember that it's just a learning tool. You shouldn't be looking to use that in your day-to-day basis, because you will lose this data. If you refresh your page, it will start, you will lose everything that you have just created. So beware of that. It's a learning tool. It's not supposed to be used in your day-to-day basis. But if you need any extra help with those, just reach me out on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to discuss how we can improve this. And this is again just to help equalize knowledge in the community so that everyone is speaking the same language when we are talking about the most essential and fundamental efficiency metrics. Okay. I hope you enjoy it. Please give me your feedback. Let me know if this is something that you believe it's useful for you guys. I want to provide more free stuff so that we can start conversations not from scratch. Okay, when we talk again soon. So this is it. Let me know what you think. And if you need any help with anything, feel free to reach me out. Thank you very much.